On St. Anthony the Great's Day, I promise I will tell the story publicly very often, so if you may be seated for a moment, there's been another homily today. It's important to celebrate and give God thanks for the graces we have received. The story started back 12 years ago when I came here. Still, I was almost as old or as young as Juan is right now as a seminarian. And I noticed that the cathedral didn't have a ramp. And we had at least one person on a wheelchair coming to church at least once a week. And so the seminarian coming from Ukraine, for me, was like, how, this is Canada and it's not handicap accessible, and how is this possible? And I remember that being burnt in my memory. So fast forward from that into 2017, when I was ordained and was assigned here as a pastoral intern. One of the first projects on my heart was we need to build a ramp. That year, also Bishop Ken celebrated his 10th anniversary of Episcopal ordination. And I asked him, can we throw you a party in the church hall? But any and all gifts that you receive, you will donate to the church for this particular project of building the ramp. And at that point in our parish account, we had about $4,000 or $5,000. And that night, the gifts in lieu for Bishop anniversary came $10,000. So we started building ramp. I went to the city hall, got the permits. The men of the parish came together, mixed the cement, did all the wonderful work, poured in that cement there, and that's it. We spent $6,000, and we needed railing. And then the gentleman of the parish said, "Well, now you're on your own. You have to have all up to code railing and handrail. So you got to do it." And we are busy with our work, so enough of our volunteering. And they did amazing work. And so I started calling different companies with handrails. So we fundraised $10,000. We already spent $6,000 by then. I started calling different companies, and it was about this time of year. And one company says $8,000 to do the railing and handrail for the amount that we needed. I said, well, 6 plus 8, 14, no. I call next one. The gentleman says, well, I'll come take a look at it. I said, well, perfect. Come tomorrow. Come tomorrow at 9:30 is the best time if you can come. It will be wonderful. And it was January 17th, be 6 years ago now, 7 years ago that he came. And so he comes in and he looks at the church and says, beautiful church, so great, and I'd like to do this job for free for you. I said, no, but that's, it's a lot of money. The previous quote was $8,000. And he said, no, beautiful church, we're Christian. And he's not Ukrainian, he's African American. Like, it's not, your neighbor that came to help out. And he says, yeah, I want to do it, it's nothing. I said, well, it's a lot of money. You probably should, really take a look what needs to be done. And then I'm showing him everything. And he said, oh yeah, okay, well, I'll have to charge you $3,000. Okay, 6 plus 3, 9, we can still make 1,000 on this project. I said, yeah, sure, where to sign? And he says then, when you need it done? I said, well, we waited for 50 years. Whenever you get to it, you're already doing us a favor as long as it's done, because we have the permit, nice piece, little orange sheet that I have right there, reminding me of that. And he said, well, it's going to be my priority. I'm going to do it the first thing next week. It's all going to be done. I said, wow, thank you very much. And they said, well, what is your name? What is your name? And he said, my name is Anthony. So that's how God blessed that first building, construction, upgrading, or necessary element of the church building. And that was exactly like today. Through the prayers of St. Anthony the Great, closed the doors, took my oath vestments, and that's when the story happened. And from then on, every year I must tell this story publicly so we can celebrate the graces in our parish as a family that God blesses, provides in amazing and miraculous ways. So pray for that. Anthony is Ethiopian Orthodox from then on, like he took me all out to the best Ethiopian restaurant, showed me all about Ethiopian culture, and has done all other railings in our church that we have done since then for just fraction of cost. So yeah, pray for that, Anthony, on this feast day of St. Anthony. Have a blessed and peaceful day. Христос рождається.
Далеко, Господу, ми сюди прийшли, злато, смирну й ладан дари принесли.